Hey everyone, DM Wisdom from Agranac Studios. We've got a different format here. I'm going to be doing less shorts and more content like this, mostly due to the upcoming workload at my job. So you'll see one, maybe two videos a week, but they'll be longer in content. Today I wanted to talk about the One D&D Virtual Tabletop. It's a little bit about me. I've always been kind of a guy that lives in the past. I'm not going to deny that. I love my 1987 Toyota pickup truck that I have. I'm still in love with all the bands that I loved back in the 80s. And some of my favorite movies are still very old 1970s Star Wars and the like. Even the recent Lord of the Rings trilogy just seems like yesterday to me. Wasn't that like 20 years ago? I'm not talking about the abomination that is The Rings of Power from Amazon. What a fucking joke. I think I'm part of a minority here of people that, for instance, when you go into a restaurant, do you like or hate that there's TVs? I absolutely loathe it. In fact, I try to avoid restaurants and bars that have TVs. Let's just say in this day and age that is very, very hard to do. It seems like we're bombarded with every sort of thing that's trying to keep us from connecting with people. You'd think it would be the opposite. We've got things like Zoom and FaceTime, but when it comes to things like even this platform, YouTube, it's trying to take our attention away maybe from the person that's sitting right next to you. But I also see that there is a place for digital things, the computer, and all of that. It would be stupid for me to say that it's not valuable, as I'm trying to give you information on a digital platform. But to me, the act of tabletop role-playing is sacred, and it should be communal. And from my personal perspective, a tabletop game that is played live cannot be replaced by a virtual tabletop, Zoom, FaceTime, or Discord. There's something to be said about being in the same exact room as other people, wanting to enjoy a game. Don't get me wrong, some people are in remote situations or not in a community that can support having live gameplay. In that case, obviously, going on a Zoom, using any of the virtual tabletops and gaming, virtual gaming software that's out there, by all means, there is a reason for it. But tell me this, you've got a friend or a family member that might be overseas because they're part of the military. Would you rather Zoom call with them, or would you rather be in the same room with them? Being able to hug them, high-five them, breathe the same air as them, listen to their real voice in front of your ears so that you can hear the reverberation in the room that you're at. I prefer the latter. And I think just that nuance alone is worth enough, us being able to get together as gamers and game live. There's nothing like a live concert. There's nothing like live theater. It's not the same as a movie. Yes, a movie can have all sorts of special effects. It can look beautiful. I mean, look at the new One D&D push of this new virtual tabletop. It looks beautiful. But to me, it's not D&D. I know, I should move forward, right? Embrace the tech and all that. Of course, I do. There's aspects of it that I do like. But for the most part, it falls short. When I spend my 3 to 5 hours gaming on my game night, I want the best possible experience that I can have. That includes the people that I'm around that's part of the gaming group, and it has to do with everything down to the tactile things that we're doing at the table. From the miniatures that we play with, to the real candles that we're using. Yeah, I don't use the LEDs. To the music that's coming out of my speakers. Yeah, that's technology. But it is in the background, and it's not the main thing. It's adding atmosphere. Personally, I prefer paper, pencil, not being on an iPad or laptop. I do have a player that uses the laptop for their sheet, but that's it. It is a boon to them. They're still in the same mindset as being live, being in the same room, and being with other players. I like the fact that we're all dipping our hands into the same potato chip bowl. I like that I can go pour a shot of whiskey or vodka for my players and hand it to them and cheers to a good game. I like that the players can high-five each other when there's a natural 20 in combat. No, playing live, much better. Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro really wants to create a organism that is all eyes focused on them. And it's understandable. They're a company and they have a bottom line. They need to make money. Period. They've seen what works and they're trying to use what works in other things like Magic the Gathering, and they want to make this happen for Dungeons and Dragons. But let me be clear. It is a different gaming experience. Is that good? Maybe for some. To me, it seems bad. It's not the same. We need human connection. And I don't think that this is really human connection. There may be thousands that watch a video like this or from others, but until there's a human element there, an actual connection, I won't know your face. I won't know your presence. I won't understand who you are. You may recognize me because my face is in front of a camera, but I won't recognize you other than maybe your YouTube name or Discord name. Even though there is a connection from you to me, there's not one from me to you. And I think that translates even because there's a camera between you and I. To me, the hobby smells of paper, graphite, the sound of the rolling of dice, the scribbling of paper, and the echo of players cheering when they bring down the bad guy. If the virtual tabletop catches on, suffice it to say that those that get involved with it will be playing a much different game than I'm playing. Same basic concepts, same sort of thing, but all really under the thumb of Wizards of the Coast. Not everybody loves live things. They would rather be in their room, on their device, safe from social anxiety and things like that. I get it. But there's people out there that have proven that the more that we're around people, the more likely that we will be less depressed, have higher immune system, and potentially live longer. There's many that have talked about chemistry amongst individuals. Usually it's about the law of attraction and all that, and the pheromones in the air. But all of those sorts of things are still there. There's a chemistry that happens even amongst friends. And that's something that just cannot happen between a camera and a screen. It's a surrogate, sure, but it's not the real deal. You need people. I need people. It's people like you and me that have latched on to a game like Dungeons and Dragons or whatever iteration of the game that you play, and it's become important to you and I. It's something that will hopefully never be gone from my life. It has helped me deal with anxiety and depression and all other manner of things. I like that Dungeons and Dragons, at least in my gaming group, is tactile. It's like real. There's real things there. It's real miniatures that you can touch, real dice that you're throwing, real pencils and pieces of paper that you're writing on, real people next to you. No, maybe real is not the thing. Present. There's people that are present and they're with you. Dice that are present, minis that are present. They're right there in front of you, taking you on a journey to a place that can only be imagined. D&D for me is a celebration of life. And I can't think of many situations where I actually want to be around other people. Family, yes. And my friends, yes. But let's just say it's not like going to Walmart or something like that. We're so connected to our devices. Last night I was at a restaurant and I saw someone, man and woman that were on a date in a booth across from us. And I just glanced over and they were both on their phones and showing each other memes and whatnot. And later on in the dinner, I saw that she had gone off her phone, but he was continuing to use his phone. And the longing in her eyes was actually heartbreaking. I think the thing that we need less in our life is more digital options to distract us from human connection. all the connection that we have for the most part, even this is pseudo connection. I don't know you. I'd like to. Maybe one day. But I don't know you. And you don't really know me. So maybe if we put our efforts more into gaming live, I don't know. Again, I know that some people just can't do that. If you're not doing it because it's a little bit more work, let me encourage you to do that little bit more work and play live. Hey, thanks for listening to me ramble for a little while. Like and subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell icon, all that bullshit. We'll see you on the next one. Later.
All right, do this and do that and do this and do that and watch this video.